Hi everyone, welcome to Caraval Gaming. I'm Boomer and this is going to be another part in the Learning the Hard Way series, and we're going to start with Arena. As you can see, my gold is pretty low at the moment and I haven't been offered Mage, so I guess that I'm probably going to go Shaman this time round. I think I'm definitely making some mistakes when it comes to Arena, so this is going to be a definite look at how things are going. Yeesh. I guess I take Arcane Golem. It's like the worst of the 3 drops. Kodo's fine here. I think it's a little bit better than Mind Control Tech, so I think that that's okay. Frost Shock it is, I guess. Archmage, not starting off too well in this one. Worgen's fine, we'll take that. Spellbreaker versus Stormwind Champion. I think I'll take Stormwind. Hex and Harvest Golem together is a little bit harsh, but I'll take that. 3 good cards, but Lightning Storm's really good. Argent Commander, take that. Fire Elemental's an always take. Stormwind Knight. Hex again. Awesome. At least we're getting some... Wow. Okay, I guess I'll take a Rifleman. Probably need a 2-drop, so I like the Berserker. I like Cult Master. It's not amazing in Shaman, but it's pretty good. 3 decent 2-drops here, but I want a 3-power 2-drop. If you don't get a 3-power 2-drop, things can get very bad for you, I think. I'm going to go with Youthful Brewmaster here, I think, just due to the fact that I can pick up Fire Elemental or something else. Hello. Earth Elemental is the best pick there. Another Hex, I suppose. Wild Pyromancer seems really good for what I'm looking for here. Dark Scale Healer probably here, not got many 5-drops. Feng Creeper here, the other 2 are unplayable. Oh, this one's quite close. Went for Windspeaker there, not too sure about that one. Again, similar situation here. I've actually got quite a lot backing up on 3 because of the 3 hexes that I have, but only 2 of them are monsters. So I'm very tempted by this Scarlet Crusader, but Boulder Fist Ogre's just so good. Dark Iron Dwarf there. I think I've got to take Harvest Golem here. I'm tempted by the Bloodlust for sure, but I really need 3-drop monsters at this point, and Harvest Golem is it. Rockbiter Weapon, yep, sure, sounds good to me. Yeah, I'm regretting taking that Ogre over the Scarlet Crusader at this point. Where my arenas tend to fall down, or at least I think they fall down, is in the early game. Oh, God. This isn't going to be the right deck for Leponome. I think I just take another Frost Shock. Can occasionally be useful for knocking Divine Shields off and tempoing, but I don't think it's going to be great. Jungle Panther's a decent 3-drop, we'll take that, and, well, I get a second Earth Elemental, I suppose, so, overall, obviously there's some pretty damn powerful stuff going on there. I've got 3 Hexes, 2 Earth Elementals, and a Fire Elemental, but I'm really, I really have had to pick some pretty average cards there, and I think I probably should have taken the Crusader over the Boulder Fist Ogre. I think I was probably looking for a little bit more late game. However, I think that my major hole there was at 3. And I'm going to have major difficulties if I don't have 2s and 3s in the deck. So it's like, you know, Jungle Panther isn't really the best 3-drop in the world. Dies to Consecrate. Also, really, it's just going to trade with whatever it hits. So I'm going to... I want to keep Rockbiter and see if I can get one of my 2-drops here. I think I might be getting a little bit greedy with my mulliganing, to tell you the truth. So anyway, we'll see what he does. Coins into a Crocolisk. I'm pretty sure that that meets Rockbiter Weapon. It's a beast for one thing, and I don't really want too many beasts hanging around, and it really depends what he's got on 2. If he just steady shots me on 2, then I'm really happy at this chain of events. Yep, just steady shotting me on 2, that seems a little bit iffy, to tell you the truth. Harvest Golem's going to provide me a little bit of support at this point. Let's see which animal he gets here. Leok. Bit irritating because I can't kill Leok at this point, so I think I'm just going to nut it. Oh no, I'm just going to nut him, I think, here. Oh. I suppose that he has to trade Leok for the Harvest Golem come what may here. If a Taunt Totem came down there, I'd actually be tempted to pick it up again to try and get him to trade with the Harvest Golem, but I think that would be really greedy.
Handle it.
Okay. Lots of power pump in this one, it looks like. Youthful Brewmaster being a little bit annoying there. Having to return a guy to my hand. Oh, that's a good peel, so I guess we wipe his board. Yeah, seems fine by me. Because of my hand, I don't really want to overload myself at this point. I think in this deck, Earth Elemental's going to be pretty much a 7 or 8 drop the vast majority of the time. 0 value multi-shot there. Okay, so I got a 3-for-1 Kodo. That seems pretty good. And now that he's used quite a lot up, I think... Yeah, I think Earth Elemental's fine there. I'm only going to be able to play Jungle Panther on the crackback, but... Yeah. Argent Commander's about as good of a response as he can get there. Ooh, Cult Master. So, I've got options here. I can Brewmaster my Earth Element. I can hit him and Brewmaster my Earth Elemental. But I think that just maintaining tempo this way is fine. I'm just going to trade my board, draw a couple of cards and see how things go. Again, he has to have another Arcane shot for the Cult Master. Oh, I'm not too sure I like that. I guess that with the fact the Earth Elemental's got Taunt, I'm pretty sure that's okay. But I am really running the risk of getting wrecked here by Unleash the Hounds. Okay, so I get the card out of it anyway. All good. Choices, a lot of them are quite good here. I think I just Fire Elemental his Buzzard here. Yeah. Hit him for 4. Yeah, this is a costly... I think I just make a totem here. Yeah, this is a really costly move in terms of tempo. It's like, sure, I can, you know, if he unbuffs, you know, if he unstealths his Tiger to kill my Cult Master, which I'm pretty sure he will, I get a free Tiger, but... Yeah, I'm really not sure about that play at all. I think that that was being super greedy. And it's kind of put me behind here, which really sucks. Oh, alright, he had another multi-shot, but you know, that's hardly, that's not an excuse for making a terrible play. And I'm still ahead at this point, but my life total is low and no class threatens your health quite like a Hunter does. Yeah. So I'm going to end up taking another 6 here, putting me on 10. I better look towards killing him at this point. Because otherwise things are going to get awkward. Hex is a good pull there. I could ram my Jungle Panther in and Lightning Storm. Or I could also do it this way. It looks like we're just going for the straight up race. I do have him dead next turn, so... I am commentating on this after the fact, as you can probably tell at this point. Looks like I was a little bit more on the ball this time round. If he's taking out my Argent Commander here, then that's awesome. because his ability's not going to get him there.
The light protects me.
Ooh, and I get another freebie. And a potential other freebie as well. Him actually giving that Argent Protector taunt is awesome for me. Because I could now just ram the Jungle Panther in to take the shield off and hopefully clean up his whole board. I'm going to spin looking for the Spell Power Totem. Oh, and I get it as well, so guaranteed wipeout. And I think the safest play here is to make Dark Scale heal and put him on lethal. Yep, okay. Keeps him alive for another turn. Nice peel. One short of killing him here, which is what I'm a little bit irritated at, but I'm quite happy 2-for-1ing myself here now. Card advantage isn't really a very big deal, and well, not at this point anyway. It's just literally how fast I can kill him. And he top decks a fairly useless spell. I still can't kill him this turn either unless I draw something. 5-7. No, I've got him on 1. So I guess it's just make some guys. Putting it on this side in case he has explosive trap, but I'm guessing that explosive shot, well, that goes straight at me, to be honest, I think. Awesome got the taunt totem as well, so that means that no creature off the top's gonna do it for him. Yeah, definitely made some very, very iffy plays there, to tell you the truth, and I think that that play where I Brewmastered back the Fire Elemental, that was just super, super, super greedy. My deck's got more than enough late game, and I had a lot of late game in my hand there, where there really was no need to give myself like a horribly bad tempo swing there. And really, I think that that's a lot more of a, how should I describe it? I think that that's a lot more of sort of a Magic the Gathering play than a Hearthstone play. Getting 2 uses out of your coming to play guys is often like awesome in a Magic tournament or Magic game. In Hearthstone, giving up the tempo like that is usually suicide. Anyway, we're up against a Warlock here, so he makes the old Blood Imp. No point coining here. I've got nothing to do on turn 2, so I'll just hold the coin up in case I want to cast Lightning Storm on turn 2 or something like that. But he taps, which is pretty awesome, really. That's what I want to see from a Warlock. I want to see him tapping on turn 2. I don't want to see Flame Imps after he makes Blood Imp. Okay, he's still not really doing anything, so I'm okay with what he's doing. Because in the long run, I'm pretty sure I'm going to win this, so choice for playing the Rifleman here. I mean, it's not going to kill the Blood Imp. So I suppose just putting it out there as a guy. I can always pick... Oh, I can't pick it up again because he's killed the Brewmaster. So I'm not sure I need to make it there. I can just cast the totem. Wow. Okay. It's a fat body. And he destroyed one of his mana crystals to do that. So this Hex seems pretty awesome, really. Pretty good. Put me way ahead now. You know, I'm now ahead on mana and I've still got the coin as well. And we're equal on cards, pretty much. So, in fact, I think I'm ahead on cards. So, that was a really risky play that he just made.
I wonder.
But then again, if you're playing a Warlock, most of the stuff you're going to be playing is risky. So, you do what you have to. Dubs Mortal Coil, huh? I'm guessing that Rifleman has done its job. Arcane Golem, I'm not going to play and undo what he just did. Darkstale Healer's a possibility, but I think I just want to coin into the Archmage here, just so I've got a massive Lightning Storm up in case he makes something that I'm not happy with. Also, 4/7's pretty fat. It's also the weakest of my guys that are in my hand, so therefore I'm sort of testing for Siphon Soul here. Although that said, he has knackered his own life total with his own mana crystals with that. Well, I suppose now's as good a time as any. Probably Lightning Storm and trade for his. No, I'd Lightning Storm, cast Arcane Golem and trade for his Venture Co. I think here. I don't think there's a. That's the greedy option, I suppose. Leave the Venture Co. there, considering he's absolutely trashed on mana at this point. So really choke him up as much as I can. Let's see what he makes this turn. I mean, I suppose this is fine, because if he kills the Archmage, then I can just Lightning Storm clean. Well, Lightning Storm would need to be very lucky under that point, but I still have Arcane Golem, I suppose. So I'm just going straight for face and looking for the options here. I do have a lot of burst damage in hand, so that's okay. Whoa, greedy, greedy, greedy. Oh, I could freeze his Venture Co. as well and then just really go to his face, but I think this is probably safer. 3-for-1 Lightning Storm seems fine to me. I give the Archmage taunt there rather than putting it in the middle, because the Arcane, the Argent Commander will just die if I give it taunt, so I think it's much better to give the 4/7 taunt, and means that my commander can potentially swing again. Hellfire here brings him back into it a little. Yeah, that's not really going to be good enough. I am overloaded, so I can't cast Stormwind Champion, which I think is something that I'm a little bit irritated at this point.
I got this.
But I'm just going to trade my... Frost Shock's cool. And just make Darkscale Healer, and next turn he's dead beyond belief. So yeah, he did himself a lot of damage in that early game with that Felguard, just because he destroyed one of his own mana crystals, and then with Venture Co. he made his life extremely difficult. Okay, this time I'm going to cast Stormwind Champion. Or that's also fine. I guess the Argent Commander can take one for the team, and that's GG. So, Taunt Totem for the win. At this point I was pretty much feeling the deck quite nicely. I thought that this was definitely a deck that can get me to 7 and beyond. My only concerns are still that early game. If I don't draw early game, I am really open to just getting completely flattened in the early game here. And there's definitely something that you guys are going to want to see a little bit later on that front. Okay, we have our worthy opponent. Who's it's going to be? Our first mage of the arena. Oh, I'll keep the Berserker for sure. The other two can go away. Although, to be fair, this deck is pretty Flame Strike resilient. 2 Earth Elementals, 1 Fire Elemental, Boulder Fist Ogre. So, I shouldn't really be getting blown out by Flame Strike with this deck. So, I'm hoping that the Mage has to blow all of its removal early. That's one thing that I will be looking to do, or at least trying to do in this game, is that I'll be casting test spells if I have the opportunity, because I tend to find that sort of the bad mages, in quote unquote, will simply just blow removal on the first thing they see. Sorcerer Apprentice is pretty dangerous, so again, I'm just going to kill it with Rock Biter here, just try and maintain some form of board control. Don't really want her comboing off, to tell you the truth. And certainly Armani Berserk. Yeah, wearing a suit and tie. Yeah, Armani Berserk is too valuable just to trade with a Sorceress Apprentice there. Okay, it's going to trade with Jungle Panther instead, whatevs. Could give my Berserker Wind Fury. I don't really hate that, to tell you the truth, because one way or the other the Panther's trading for one of these two. So I might as well get in a little damage while I can, and he might figure that that makes the Berserker a more primary target, because if I do have a way to damage it, which obviously I don't, because Frost Shock and Earth Shock both kind of defeat the point. Wow, went straight for me, huh? I mean, it's 2 for 2, this Lightning Storm, but I think it's still fine. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that that wasn't the one that I got. Oh well. Maybe a bit greedy, but it allows me to maintain board control. I have Cult Master next turn as well if he doesn't play anything too scary. Really depends what he plays here. Secret, eh? Don't really want. Oh, I certainly don't want to give her an Earth Elemental or anything like that. So if this is Vaporize, it's Vaporize. Oh, it's Ice Barrier. Cool. Cool story. I don't really want to make Cult Master here because it's too vulnerable to the Mage's ability, so I'm going to make Worgen. I really want to make Cult Master on the turn that I draw a load of cards. Watching out for when you're playing a Shaman, I think I get caught by Overload quite heavily in this game. Awesome, using a Fireball to kill that. I'm really happy about that. Definitely signaling that she doesn't have Flame Strike, or, you know, Polymorph or anything like that. But, again, I'm just going to test with this Archmage, see what the Mage wants to do. Again, it makes my Frost Shocks not entirely embarrassing. And Archmage is fairly big. I mean, in concert with Fire Elemental, it'll trade with pretty much anything. So,
what to do?
So it's Bashy Bashy Berserker. Yep. That's not a bad draw, really. And this way I get to trade my 3-2 for a Gurabashi. And I'm still immune to a Flame Strike next turn, so that's pretty good. Also, the Healing Totem's awesome. Rolling that, because it basically means the Mage's ability is useless for trying to ping down one of my creatures into Flame Strike range, unless he casts the old 9-mana Flame Strike. Which, you know, considering it's a 1-for-1, I'm not really that upset about. Okay, Blizzard is acceptable, I guess, especially since I can... yeah, that's definitely a signal for Flame Strike. But this this Darkscale healer seems quite good, really. Healing Totem again, please. Oh, just Totem. Oh, well. And with the Mage on 24 here, I have 14 damage on board. So, you know, Flame Strike's going to hurt if he makes it here. But it's not going to be game ending by any stretch. I'm pretty sure that if a mage has Flame Strike here, he pretty much has to cast it. But it's one of those classic behind... Yeah, there we go. It's one of the classic behind Flame Strikes where, you know, he spent 9 mana to essentially kill one of my guys. If he has a second Flame Strike, then sure, that's a pain. But it's not really a complete disaster. And now I'm wondering whether I should make Arcane Golem. And I decide not to. I don't think that the mage has an awesome spell at this point, and I just decide to put him on dead. And we said that there was no need to play the Panther there, although I suppose, yeah, there was, because he pings the, because the mage pings the Darkscale Healer this turn, so in order to rep lethal I have to make the Panda there. If he has another Flame Strike, then boo hiss. Doubt he does, though, now that he's played that. And he did have Polymorph all this time. Wow. So Mage has definitely come back into it here, but... yeah, I think I'll just go for it here. There's no real... I was sort of playing around the fact he didn't have Polymorph, but hey. Okay, lethal again, and if this time he has, if he's able to clear up all of my, one of my 4 power guys, I have Frost Shock and Arcane Golem. Stop being annoying! Okay, that's a secret. Guess we test for it. Sheep in. And another Ice Barrier. Sure know how to be annoying, don't you? I guess I can draw some cards. Yeah, let's draw some cards. Yeah, I can use Arcane Golem here, but I'm not too sure I want to use Arcane Golem. Well, Mage is essentially on 18, so let's go super aggro, it looks like, was the decision that I came to here. Okay, you're dead again, so... I kind of like that decision, actually. Because my opponent didn't kill any of my guys last turn and instead went for the Priestess play, I think that... I think that I like that play because it puts him in exactly the same position as last turn. It just undoes it. Freezing all my guys, stop it. Well, I've got Hex, which doesn't... Well, Hex allows me to at least get through this. Searing Totem doing work. Okay, in for 1, and just make Harvest Golem. And some Fury Protector. Maybe? Nah, just spin the totem, get Spell Power Totem up, and he's still dead. I can always trade one of my X1s off against his Defender of Argus should I need to. Taunt down.
Well played.
I'm ready. I'm not ready. Do you call that?
Well, looks like I've got through it. The embarrassing way to finish the matchup. Now you know how it feels with my 1/5 of a Pyroblast there. So, good start, 3-0. Had a little bit of trouble finishing my opponent off there. Mainly due to the fact that the mage just kept dealing with all my guys. Now that did have me quite. I am quite interested there into the potential play I had with Cult Master, where I could have drawn 2 cards, but instead I just decided to go straight for my opponent's face there. I think that was the correct play to switch up there and try and go for it. Especially since I had the Arcane Golem as backup, I think that was decent, but you know, answers on a postcard to that. And I really don't like drawing Arcane Golem early in this deck. It's like drawing it early is just a real pain. You know, I really don't want to cast it early, and because of that, a lot of the cards in my deck actually have higher casting costs than what's in the left-hand side, or at least to my, you know, to sort of my knowledge of it or my thoughts on it are that they definitely have a, you know, they definitely have a higher cost than they should do. Well, I'm going to make Wild Pyromancer here. I'm quite happy for it to trade with the Geomancer. I've got no way of triggering it or anything like that. Wow, value Geomancer. I'm still not making Arcane Golem turn 3 because like the worst thing you can do, the absolute worst thing you can do is accelerated Druid. You know, you give him turn 3 swipe, you give him turn 4 Druid of the Claw, you make his like trees a turn closer as well. And also I would just be trading the Golem and that just feels really bad.
One shot, one kill.
Okay. I think I'm just making straight up Windspeaker next turn. That's quite nice. Yeah, straight up Windspeaker, I think. And that lack of 3-drop was really bad, especially considering how bad the Druids, third turn was in itself. I think that, you know, I really missed a trick there. Shape-shifting, okay. Wow, another value Wrath. I am getting card advantage to death in this one. Well, Kodo it is, I suppose. 50-50 chance of killing the Geomancer. So of course I miss. And if he has a swipe here as well, it can kill the Kodo. I'm going to feel so bad. But even though it's like, you know, killing the Arcane Golem to me, using Arcane Golem to kill Cobalt Geomancer is just such a bad tempo play. I mean, admittedly, getting card advantage Wrath twice sucks as well, but yeah. He has Geomancer for a reason, because it's not as if it's a good card, but it's taking care of me pretty nicely here, that's for sure. I think my play for next turn's probably just going to be straight up make Boulder Fist. It's pretty much immune to Swipe and Starfall and Starfire and all the rest of them. And if all he's going to do this turn is kill my Kodo and trade his Geomancer for it, I think that I'm doing fine. Wow, he went straight for me, okay. Well, that changes things a little bit. Do I just go for Feng Creeper here, maybe? I think I just make Feng Creeper and hit him back. That's alright, if he has he could have Starfall here, Starfire here as well, which is... That was maybe the... Oh, Swipe Wild Pyromancer. Ouch. Maybe I should have taken out that Geomancer. Yeah. Yep, mistakes were definitely made there. I didn't see that coming at all. And I guess my play is Earth Elemental here. Or do I go Bolt? I'm going Boulder Fist first. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. I obviously thought that I could play the Berserker. I obviously can't. So, Should have gone Earth Elemental Berserker there and followed it up with another Earth Elemental. Didn't really play that in the most mana efficient way I could. Okay. I guess I make Stormwind Knights. I think I just take out his 2 small guys and give like one of mine taunt. Get this frigging spell power thing off the table.
It's time for a little.
Shields up.
Okay, let's see how this goes. On that occasion I could have... no, because then if he just kills my 2-3 I still have to trade my 6-4 for it. Ritual as well. Sorry, Innovate, not Ritual. Wow, another swipe on top, that's pretty rough. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done for here. Well, I guess my plays Arcane Golem, clear his board, make Earth Elemental, but I really don't think that's going to make too much of a difference.
For honor.
I got this.
The other option there potentially was to freeze the Sea Giant, hit him for 9, make... Yeah, that was obviously the better play. Freeze the Giant, hit him for 9, make Earth Elemental, and that way he's actually dead next turn. Yeah, Mr. Pretty obvious. Oh no, he wasn't dead next turn. He was close, but he wasn't quite dead. So he's making Silverback Patriarch, so I might have a chance here. Still in with a chance. Well, I've got enough mana, so I might as well...
Behold the might of Stormwind.
Yep. And the other option there, I suppose, make the other Earth Elemental, because then even if he kills even if he Starfires one of them, I can't, well, wow, he had me dead and Starfired my guy. Awesome sauce. Wow, unbelievable. Well, I guess I'm killing his Patriarch and making...
For the Alliance.
Spin the... Oh, it's a healing totem, nice. Just make Brewmaster and another healing totem, I suppose. I can Frost Shock his Flesh-Eating Ghoul, so I don't just lose to a silence. But I think I'm going to lose to pretty much anything at this point. So I find it very hard to believe his hand of 4 cards can't take me out at this point. Oh, that's really annoying. Because this is going to end up in a board trade. Cultmaster's a good one, though.
Join or die, or both.
This is Healing Totem versus using Frost Shock. If I use... The problem is, if I use the Healing Totem to go in, the Flesh-Eating Ghoul becomes too big. Well, neither way, because I can just Frost Shock it. So yeah, I lose a card there. So sad times. Yeah, I lost a card there. And I decide to do it anyway at this point because I just need the. Well, there we've got a way out of this potentially because I can hex my own guy in order to give me a taunt. Ooh, Taunt Totem. How lucky. Although how I'm going to win this, I don't know, because every creature... Oh.
I'll put it on your hand.
Oh, and he brings it back as well. That's actually worse. It's like the fact he can bring it back is the worst thing about that. Because now I can't make... I'm obviously going to Brewmaster my Taunt Totem and make it again. But the fact that he managed to pick his Spellbreaker up again, that really sucks. And I've got to use Hex on the 5... I don't have to use Hex on the 5/4 here. I can just trade my Cult Master for it. And then Hex my own... Yeah. And then Hex my own guy. Yeah. Can like Hex one of my own guys to give me 2 turns of taunt there. Okay. Yeah, I think I might be done here. Not sure I've got another taunt in the deck, and I've already used my Youthful Brewmaster, so... Well, I can freeze him. Yep, draw 2 cards, kill his 4/3, freeze him. We're in for epic game of longness.
Challenge accepted.
Yep, Harvest Golem, freeze him. Still can't kill him though. I don't think I've got another Frost Shock either. If I could find a way to kill that Taunt Totem, I'd be okay. Oh, I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, Dark Iron Dwarf the... Yeah, that's wrong. That is a bad play. Dark Iron Dwarf the Taunt Totem, slap it into the Cult Master, spin the wheel trying to get another Taunt up. And if I get another Taunt up there, I actually win. So, yeah, I missed an on-tap. Admittedly, it's tough in the... it's certainly not as bad as my opponent Starfiring one of my guys when I'm on 4. And it's kind of hard to see in real time doing that, but yeah, I should have Dark Iron Dwarf my Taunt Totem, hit his Cult Master, drawn a card, spun looking for another Taunt Totem. So, yeah. And if I'd have hit, and that would at least have given me a 25% chance to win the game. But never mind, as they say, hindsight's 20/20, so I'll forgive myself that one. And hopefully I get the chance to take it out on a priest here. It's one of those things when you're inexperienced with the game, I suppose this is what can happen. Might have kept the Dark Iron there, although I suppose on the draw... I could go turn 2, 2-drop into Dark Iron Dwarf, so maybe I should have kept it. Again, no point coining, I don't have a 2-drop to go with it, so... Let's just start the game on turn 2. Wow, he has no turn 2 play either. I imagine this is getting Shadow Word payinged, but at least we've got the... we've got a little bit of momentum at this point.
I can taste the mana.
Must be a Shadow Word pain. Oh, Holy Smite. Yeah, that's not a permanent effect. I mean, if he wants to use a spell, if he wants to cast a spell to kill this Worgen, by all means. I don't think he can do it that efficiently. He could Power Word Shield and attack, that'd be pretty good. I'd be in a tiny bit of trouble if he did that, really. Suppose the play then would just be to coin into Fen Creeper if I don't have a 4-drop.
The end is coming!
Hey. Yep, seems fine. Let's just, let's have an oh, I did that wrong. Yep, I did that wrong. Hit the Mana Addict first, then Hex. Although I suppose if you want to about damage the player, that was slightly more efficient in terms of damaging the player, but it was still bad. Well, I guess I Rock Biter, then coin into Fang Creeper. And I've got Archmage next turn. No, some pretty unremarkable cards in my hand, let's just say that. Don't think whether I have a Frost Shock here will really matter too much, but yeah, I used 2 cards when I could have used 1 there, and I think that 1 card is worth more than 4 damage. Ooh. So I think that most of you can see the correct play here. Now, one thing that I was a little bit concerned about, because as I said, I haven't... I've got less than 20 arenas at this point. I was actually wondering what this combo actually did, but works out exactly like it should. And got me out of a potentially sticky situation there for sure. Okay, let's see what the priest has got for me. Shadow Word Pain, okay. And here's the Master of Magic. So we're still pretty even here. Guess I'll take my free. I guess I'll take my free Dalaran Mage. Ooh, awesome healing totem. That changed things quite a lot. Healing totem doing a little bit of work there. If he has Holy Nova here, it's got to be back-breaking, but I think I pretty much have to play into it. Okay. Woo, perfect answer. And I get a Taunt Totem as well, so... yeah, let's just race for the face. Shadow Word Death, a bit of pain in the backside roundabout now. Let's just hope that he doesn't have it. Because if he doesn't, he is pretty much dead, is he? 4, 3, 9, 16. So he's not quite dead, but he is certainly on last legs. Double Enforcer, huh? Bye-bye Taunt Totem. And he's dead. How lucky. Yep. Counting on dem fingers. 20 to the face. So not too bad there. We were in a pretty, how should I put it? We were pretty even at that point, but the top of my deck was rather kind to me, shall we say. Well, let's wind on. We're now at 4 and 1. Definitely hoping to get to 7 wins with this deck. I acknowledge it's got weaknesses, but there's and my play isn't exactly helping. I had a 25% chance earlier, and I'm just missing those little things at the moment.
I must protect the wild.
Okay, well let's see if I can out-durdle a Druid. The Druid that got me last time. I'm gonna mulligan Frost Shock. It's just, I would rather have another card, to say the truth. I mean, admittedly, I've got 2 of them in the deck, so I am quite likely to see it, but I would rather not. Go away!
My greetings, friend.
Should respond to that with well played. I think that would be, yeah. I'm going to make the Brewmaster first. He could claw and kill it for sure, but get a claw out of him, that's fine. Coin into Harvest Golem, okay. Some Fear of Protector feels like a bit of a waste here. I think I'd just go for his face and spin.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, fair enough. I can't make a good trade there, so... Okay. Again, Arcane Golem is not what I want to see here. Can just make the Worgen, but again, Worgen's a little bit valueless here. If I can get him to basically skip his next turn, I think that that's okay as well. Okay, well, he really wants to keep that Harvest Golem alive. I mean, I'm perfectly okay with him using a card there when he didn't need to. Again, just a couple of thoughts what I can do here. One thing I am thinking about here potentially is just making a completely naked Dark Iron Dwarf. It looks like I choose to spin up and probably pass, to tell you the truth. Yeah, he's not threatening me at this point, and I would rather have something that you know, my hand's just that little bit clunky. I'd like to try and get some value out of something here. And just really sort of hating my position here with all my cards that are just that little bit out of tempo. Can I roll spell power? Okay. How lucky can I get? As it turns out, pretty lucky. Yeah, let's just kill that 2-1 while we're at it.
Will rise against you.
Yeah, fairly lucky there. I think I played a little bit too slow there, but there really, you know, there was no real good window for me to cast anything there, and my opponent wasn't actually doing anything. So I decided to just hold on to my cards for as much as I could.
For the king!
And now I get to pick up my free rifleman.
Where shall I strike?
Okay, goes into cat form. That's cool. Good draw there.
A natural mistake.
I'm not sure why that was a mistake, to tell you the truth, but let's just go for Fang Creeper Harvest Golem, seems fine. Although I suppose he could have just made his Druid of the Clawing Taunt and that would have pretty much got the same job done. This way he's more vulnerable to Lightning Storm and various other things that are potentially coming off my deck.
I wonder.
So it looks like my draw's pretty much stabilised itself here, despite having a pretty rough opening.
I hope you like my invention.
Yep, sure. Have a card. Unfortunately, I've used my only Lightning Storm, which is a bit awkward. He has a lot of these hero powers, doesn't he? But still, 2 for 1. Quite happy with that. And I get to pick up his Druid of the Claw as well. Oh, I get to pick up the vast majority of his board. yeah, just cast the Arcane Golem here. He would have made a tree last turn if he'd have had one, and this way I get to do a little bit of board clearing this way.
Shields up.
Again, not sure I like that too much. I should have just put it on. If I was going to do that, I should have just killed the Novice Engineer.
A natural mistake.
Yeah, yeah. If I was going to do that, I should have just killed the Novice Engineer and left the 4-1 up. And another bite. Yeah, that way I just left my Cult Master totally open, which was just bad. But still, pretty ahead on cards here, so see what we get with the spin. Awesome. It's like really none of my creatures. I can still not play any of my creatures optimally. It's been one of those just really, really clunky draws. And a lot of the time the temptation is to just play a spell just because you have it in hand and you don't want to waste your mana. But there's often much better things you can do. That's awkward. So it looks like I'm losing my board here, but I'm not really too upset if that's the best he can do with the Force of Nature. Wow. That was greedy. Like not killing off my board there was super, super greedy. So I think that's gonna really cost him. Got the old Kodo plus healing totem. And now even if he makes a tree, it's just gonna die, so. Yeah, not too sure what his motivation was behind the way he played that. I mean, it's not like I'm on low enough life that he can just start going straight for my face. Nice.
Locked and loaded.
I mean, admittedly, it's still a 2-for-1, but I'm still not getting max value out of my cards there, so just spinning up.
I must safeguard the land.
Okay. He has one card in hand.
To Northrend! Victory!
I was actually tempted to just straight up give it Wind Fury there and just go for his face, but
Get behind me.
oh, good pull, good pull.
Victory!
I mean, so though, it's not like they aren't in there. Let's face it. Let's get all the totems out. And just make some dudes. I'm not quite sure what he can have at this point. Starfall would kill all my totems, but that's about it.
Your magic shall not save you.
Spellbreaker, huh? I think he might be about to be very upset by what I'm about to play.
You call that a weapon?
First off,
Job's done.
And next turn, I believe we're going to get the full-on 14-point Earth Elemental. Okay, Ironbark Protector. Nice top deck. I mean, I've had my share of pretty good top deck, so that one's okay. Trade my Earth Elemental and 1/1 for it, I guess. Make.
Feel the power.
I guess that works. It's a little bit. I think that that's probably a little bit greedy, although the Dark Iron Dwarf hasn't attacked yet, so yeah, that's fine. That is absolutely fine.
Nature will rise against you.
Really? Running Ironbark Protectors, is that a real thing? It probably is. I mean, given there's probably about 15 cards left in the deck and he's got 2 of them left, so he's probably somewhere in the region of 1 in 85 or something. It's not like it's an absolutely ridiculous pull, but it's still pretty irritating. For ridiculous, watch a little bit later. I forgot to see that I'm up against power here. That's why he was able to draw 2 Ironbark Protectors in a row, because he has power. I think either way I'm still pretty far ahead here, unless he makes a 3rd Ironbark Protector or something else off the top. Well, you've only got 1 card in hand, dude, and you've got 10 mana. I have a 4/4 with Wind Fury. Can you kill it? No. So, 5 and 1 it looks like, but certainly had to scrap in order to get there. No, I'm not going to hex his guy. And I can't kill with the 1/1, so the Jungle Panther can get the job done. Okay, all is going well currently. Of course, things could be going a little bit better, and would have been going a little bit better if I'd have actually seen the play on the board. But doing my best not to sort of beat myself up over these plays, because it's definitely possible once you... I mean, I don't think I saw it in the real time, to tell you the truth. But even if you do see it a little bit later, you go, oh, I can't believe I didn't see that. Just, you know, don't beat yourself up on it. It's gone. You can't change anything. So just do your best to keep the rest of your game in focus. So we are going to be hopefully back to producing pretty much daily content soon. I know that Lee will be available, or sort of available, from next week, assuming his internet's online. Maddie is pretty much continuing to do stuff at a pretty hectic pace. The dude's a bit of a machine. And I'll definitely continue to do stuff as well. We will have an introduction to Hex this week. I have got the alpha, and I'm not going to beat about the bush here. I'm a major fan of that game. If they iron out the bugs, I think it's going to be really good. And in 2 weeks, they are hosting I imagine this is Get Down, so I'm just going to aim at the 2/1, so same thing happens come what may. In 2 weeks, they are hosting a tournament, or Hex TCG Pro are hosting a tournament for streamers and video makers. I'm going to apply to be in it, and I will be streaming that on the Twitch channel. I think that's Saturday and Sunday, the 22nd of March. Sundays if I make top 8. So really depends how that goes. So we're going to have a little bit of a focus there for the next couple of weeks or so. We're going to do a couple of playtesting videos, that sort of thing. Well, looks like this Pally's really going all in on this recruit. I mean, this Stormwind Knight's gonna get what now? He's played. Oh boy. Yeah, that is a pull and a half. Check out the coin and why it shouldn't be a spell. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. And yes, I'm just pointing out there that obviously I should have played the Worgen first and then. Oh no, I couldn't do that, could I? I couldn't do that, so it wasn't a mistake. I was thinking I could have played the Worgen first and then coined, but I couldn't. I had to coin in order to play the Worgen, so I'll forgive myself on that front. Options that I've got here for dealing with that Twilight Drake.
For honor.
I decided to just trade my Wild Pyromancer for it, and I think that's okay. I mean, Pally does have... I don't think Pally's going to consecrate. He could Hammer of Wrath for sure. Also, Stampeding Kodo is a thing as well. Yeah, Hex seems okay. And just spin up a totem and say go. Well, the 1/1 totem's not actually so bad considering it trades with a recruit. But I think that I don't think a recruit's really the best thing to do with a Worgen out, and that's really not a good spell to have out either. Yeah, okay. Cool story. I'm gonna kill both you guys. I think Stormwind Champion killed both his guys. Yeah, that was a waste. I didn't mean to throw away the 1/1 there. Yeah, no, I should have just made Stormwind Champion kill both his guys. Yeah, I left myself with a 2/2 and a Stormwind Champion. I mean, this is fine as well. Let's, you know, let's not beat around the bush. This is okay too.
Behold the might of Stormwind.
And now I'm just going, please let that Boulder Fist survive so that I can Dark Scale healer it up. I'll be really happy. Why is it always Stormpike Commander? It makes me feel so bad when someone does that. Dread Corsair probably signalling he's got True Silver at some point. Pretty good draw there. I think I just take out his whole board here probably, or... Oh really? Yeah, I'm just going to make Dark Scale healer so I don't lose to Consecrate. If he Blessing of Kings and trades with my Stormwind Champion, again it's just a 1-for-1. And I've still got a lot of value in hand. Ooh, another secret. Probably a Noble Sacrifice.
X marks the spot.
Okay. More than likely he hasn't drawn any of his True Silvers, which is why he's not doing too well at the moment. But let's just bait out the get down, I suppose.
Get down!
Now I'm trying to think here of trades where I get to keep both my guys. I can Wind Fury, yeah, I Wind Fury up my Dark Scale healer, which I think is fine. Yeah, just wipe his board completely. Seems to be the best thing to do.
Well played.
So that'll be his entire life total pretty much on the board. And there we go. We are now 6-1 and just one win away from the coveted 7 wins, which will get us our money back. Now, before this 8th game, I want to state one very simple point about my deck. I have 10 spells or creatures that are 5 mana or more in this deck, and that's why I was feeling like I had a little bit of a rough time as far as the early game goes. Especially since 2 of those creatures have overload 3.
Thrall versus Malfurion.
So, let's take on this druid and let's have a look at this opener. Well, I'm not really doing anything at all. I suppose I could keep the Hex, but I decided to mulligan it looking for action, especially on the play. Well, that's 3 of my 10, I suppose. 4 out of 10. And he's coining into a 2-drop. Yeah, we're done. This is 6 and 2 right here. 5 of my 10 5-drops or more. I'm going to be making totems for an awfully long time, I think, in this matchup. Raptor coming in. I predict that Raptor's going to do 6 out of 10. I predict that Raptor's going to do 16 damage or 15 damage. Well, I've got a taunt totem. I suppose I can hold him off at this point. I mean, what have I got at this point? I mean, I've got another Earth Elemental, I think. Awesome. Yeah, I've got another Earth Elemental. Yeah, 7 out of 10.
Was a mistake.
Yeah, it was a mistake. I suppose I could have, you know, even if I keep Hex here, it's like I just have no action here. So I think that was debatable, keeping Hex, but the other 2 are just terrible cards, and I wanted to give myself the best chance of hitting a 2-drop, but it doesn't look like that happened. And do I 8 out of 10? But I've got myself a taunt now. I guess. I mean, if he trades his board for it here, I might not actually be in the worst position. If he's got a way to deal with that 3/6, though, boy am I screwed. That's depressing. And he's going to innovate into the... Yeah. He's going to innovate into Shapeshifter as well. Wow. So it's not like he had a slow start either. It's just that... Wow, what a terrible draw. I finally drew a non-spell card that costs a non-creature card. So, yep, 8 out of 10 I hit there before I drew a card that costs less than 3. Not quite 1 in a million, but somewhere around half the odds of pulling all the aces out of a deck of cards at random. And yeah, this is just a slaughter at this point. There's literally no educational value apart from laughing at the odds that I had. And there's my first 2-drop minion on turn 10 or whatever it is. I guess I'll just make Earth Elemental. Pretty sure he's gonna murder it and then that'll be it. Don't know what he's apologising for. Yeah, well, that was pretty much a non-event, and to be honest, I very much thought about leaving it there. For this one, going off and doing something else. That's one of the really good things about Hearthstone, is that if you come across an event that's really tilting or really rare or something like that, you do have the option just to walk away and come back to it later. I decided, to be honest, for the most part, I was just laughing rather than taking that seriously. So, let's at least try and get to that, let's try and get to that 7th win. Keeping the Earth Elemental, I'm really not sure about that. I think that might have, it might be one of the signs that I'm a little bit unhappy at this point. But for the most part, I don't remember being particularly angry about what was happening there. I just thought that it would make great content for a video, because obviously you've got to have some kind of entertainment on these videos, otherwise they can be a little bit of a pain in the backside to watch. And that was some that really was some Yeah, that really was some very rare. You know, that really was a very rare achievement. And we've already had. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded, but we've already kind of had the damn it. We've already kind of had the rolling. What do you call it? Haven't we? We've already had the rolling Ironbark elementals from the Druid. So we are majorly seeing the outside of the envelope as far as odds go at this point. Yay, Yeti. Ooh, nice. I can still save my coin here. I can just make Worgen and Rockbiter up the iron. I'm definitely going to do that and trade for his Yeti. Yeah, I think making Worgen's fine here. Can always jump on top of something with Stormwind Knight if necessary, or I could just cast Earth Elemental if I feel like I'm really far ahead. This is the point where if you're him, where you really don't want to roll the totem and find out that it's the 1-1. And he got away with it. I'm really trying to think here of different ways of like keeping my Worgen alive. I'm not too sure I want to use Hex. I know I definitely want to kill the spell damage totem. That's something I definitely want to do. A couple of options. I could make Stormwind Knight, trade my Worgen for his Farseer, and still have my coin. I suppose I do have 3 hexes, so this isn't terrible, and I get the chance to give my Raging Worgen taunt, I suppose, but I think I probably prefer just trading and making Earth Elemental there. Well, that seems okay to me, really. Beat up his Hex guy, make Fen Creeper, I suppose, here. Again, because my deck's got that high top end, because it's got those 10-5 drops, making Earth Elemental turn 5 really is a slowdown on this deck. And if it gets hexed or something like that, then that's really a pain. Also, I do want to test for things like Lava Burst and Hex, so I've got rid of one of each of them now from my Shaman opponent. Bit unfortunate he rolled the Spell Power totem there, but Earth Elemental number 1. He's already used 1 Hex and 1 Lava Burst, so hopefully he's not going to have too many more, and he shouldn't be able to easily deal with both my elementals. He's got dem Yetis though. I've got the Spell Power totem here, so I could just power out a really big lightning burst. I think that's quite good. It also gets rid of his taunt totem. Now, I'm not too sure about this attack. I'm not too sure if it's greedy. I obviously take out the Yeti, because why wouldn't you? But I just go straight for face with the 7-8. I think that that's okay. I don't think there's too many ways he can deal 6 outside of a Spell Power plus Lava Burst. And yeah, he does have another Lava Burst, so I didn't really play around the fact that he had another rare, but hey. Generally, you can't always play around rares. So I'm in a bit of a sticky situation here. Probably just gonna roll for... I'm probably just gonna make Stormwind Knight after I roll for a totem. Unfortunately, it's a healing. Healing totem's not so bad here. Resets the Stormwind Knight to 4 health. And if he decides to come in with his Fire Elemental, then I can also draw my own Fire Elemental. Okay, Wolf Rider. And Flesh-Eating Ghoul, so this is bad news. And a healing totem as well. See, if I'm him at this point, I'm really looking to consolidate my board position. I'm not looking to do damage at this point. He really should just kill my 2/4, make his flesh-eating ghoul even bigger. His fire elemental only takes 1 damage from it. And here I am going to kill 2 of his guys. Because I'm going to be able to Brewmaster back my Stormwind Knight.
Drink with me, friend.
So this turn I've managed to actually reset the board to where it was before, except this time I've got 2 guys on the board, and I really think that was just entirely due to the fact he got super greedy with that fire elemental. So as much as I got a little greedy with my earth elemental, I don't think it was anywhere near as bad as what this guy's done with his fire elemental. Yeah, and now he's learned. So what else? Oh, Cult Master, what a draw that is. Looks like my positioning's gone a bit wrong. I'm definitely going to trade Youthful Brewmaster. I then just have to see what comes up after that. How lucky! Fire Elemental as well. You can die. And now from an incredibly rubbish situation, I'm now in a really good situation. Because he has to kill Cult Master here, otherwise I go straight out of sight. Yep, okay, so Cult Master got me right back in this game, and now he's going to have to go Fire Elemental into Fire Elemental. Although technically he could have kept his Fire Elemental alive there and lent on the Taunt Totem. I think that might have been one point where he probably doesn't have to, because he got the Taunt Totem, he doesn't have to trade for my dude at that point. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that he's made the wrong attack twice there with his Fire Elemental. Okay, I get the 1/1, which isn't really what I wanted. There we go, Earth Elemental number 2. And I think that's going to be enough. And he gets the Taunt Totem. And a second Fire Elemental. Cool. But you will notice that Stormwind Knight in my hand. Bad things are about to happen.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Oh yeah, I've got to trade there, and he just gives it up at this point because I'm about to slaughter his entire board. So got there, got to 7 wins despite a couple of fairly ropey points, and at this point I decided to take a little bit of a break. But I came back a little bit later, and let's see what happened. Yep, in fact here we are. So 7 wins, 2 losses. Let's head back in and we will see what we come up against. To be honest, I felt like I played okay in that matchup to go 7-2, so maybe I would have been better just riding the wave at that point and just seeing if I could get to 8 or 9 wins, rather than just taking a break and coming back to it, because there's always the chance that it's just going to be one game. You can always get another arena in. I think at that point though, especially having had the real sort of weird, the really weird game against the Druid, and the fact that game was pretty close and basically came down to a couple of bad attacks with his Fire Elementals. Hey, I recognise this situation. Mulligan Hall 3. Let's see what we get. 3-1. Well, it's not as bad as last time, but this lack of 2-drops thing is really beginning to bite, and especially against a paladin, this could be game over. 3-drop on top of that. Again, if he coins into like a 3-2 here, I kill it with a Rockbiter, I suppose. So it's not exactly the worst situation that it could be, but it's certainly not the best either. I do have drops though, so I'm okay with that.
I wonder.
Can't be that hard, Pally.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Okay, he just makes a 2-1. I don't really feel like rock bitering that onto 2. I think I can get some extra value potentially out of this lightning storm, so I'm just going to make a totem and pass. He'll probably take his time just killing the totems. It really depends what sort of game he's playing here. If he's playing a more late game pally, he could potentially just make, you know, just reinforce for the rest of the game. But I think lightning storming here is super greedy and like not the best. I think it's just rock biter weapon is flesh eater and make another totem. Pick up the free flesh eater. Well, not quite free because it's a 1-for-1, but you get the idea. If he's playing like a more control-y pally, he could just like reinforce here, but the fact that he has flesh-eating ghoul and Argent, not Argent, well,
Reporting for duty.
Whip guy, as Ribbo calls him, suggests that he's probably more on the aggressive side of things. Rifleman's pretty good here.
Locked and loaded.
Value rifleman. Turns out that I'm getting quite a lot of use out of rifleman in this game. It's not to say that it's good by any stretch of the imagination, but that 1 damage can sometimes be quite useful. Wait to see what he does here. This is the point where he could turn out pretty much anything. Yeah, okay. Had a pretty good chance of doing that, like 50% or something like that.
Reporting for duty.
Still don't want a lightning storm. I think I just make Feng Creeper here. Again, my deck's pretty much all late game, so I'm okay to see that I'm on 26 life on turn 5 with a Feng Creeper in play. If he goes true silver, kill my Feng Creeper, then that's definitely something to be a little bit worried about. But for the moment, I think that I'm okay.
Join or die.
Yikes. See, I'd have been tempted to just run the Mad Bomber straight in, then Humility, but I think it's okay either way at this point. I can just trade off, but I'm just going to Lightning Storm because I don't want him drawing any more cards. Which would certainly be one of the problems that I can run into, is the fact that that Cult Master could just draw him an absolute shed load of cards. So I'm actually happy trading off a Lightning Storm for 2 guys there and still having a Taunt up. Not the best, as I said, but it's okay. Okay.
Follow the rules.
Awkward. Now, I think this is the point where I potentially lose this game. Or, you know, potentially win this game as well. I really am just unsure as to what the best play here is. I have 2 pretty much useless minions. I can Dark Iron Dwarf and trade off for one of his guys. The other option I have is hexing one of his guys, which, again, I don't think is that good. I think in hindsight here, looking back, I think I prefer Dark Iron Dwarf on the Worgen, trade for his Blood Knight and leave the Taunt up. Yeah, this I don't really know what I'm hoping to achieve. Yeah, I definitely think that this is one of the more suboptimal plays. The other thing I could potentially do is make Jungle Panther here and then Dark Iron Dwarf. Rely on the, you know, try and I didn't attack either, so wonderful. So I made multiple mistakes in that turn. But yeah, I think that it was a real combination there of me just being completely unsure of what to do. And when that happens, you forget to do the simple things on that front, like, for example, attacking. So yeah, I think Dark Iron Dwarf on the Worgen, trade it for Blood Knight, and then just pass is the best turn on that front.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
And because that 0-1 is around, that is horrible for me at this point. Although I think the play here is Frost Shock Frost Shock the Hex. So yeah, again, this whole thing is snowballing just due to the fact that I could have used it to take the Divine Shield off the 3/3. I just have to Dark Iron Dwarf the Worgen and trade for 2 of his guys. And yeah, the fact that he has the 3/3 with Divine Shield is just terrible for me at this point. He should just have a 3/3, leaving me ahead on board and with an Earth Elemental in hand.
One shot.
And yep, the 3/3 is now alive when it shouldn't be, and you can see how this is just all snowballing into a really bad situation. I guess I just make... Earth Elemental doesn't seem good with the Ravenholt Assassin out there. Yeah, that Assassin's really making things awkward for me. Well, I've got the Taunt Totem, so I suppose I make Panther Wild Pyromancer here. Just pray to God he doesn't have Consecrate. I think I lose if he has Consecrate anyway at this point. But yeah, that 3/3 on the board, it just all snowballs, like one thing into another into another. Now I'm hoping he attacks with the 7/5 here. Or if he does attack, that could signal Consecrate. Ugh, from bad to worse. And I'm just thinking here, the only chance I have to get back in this game is that Wild Pyromancer. Please leave it alone. So if you leave the Wild Pyromancer alone, I have a chance to still win this game. And he does in fact leave the Wild Pyromancer alone.
Reporting for duty.
Pretty good, because I get to take the Divine Shield off as well. Okay, so... kill his... yep. And again, if I play this properly, he has a 7/1 and no 3/2. Looking for a taunt, got one. So... I guess I can Wind Speaker and kill his 3/2. Or I can Earth Elemental, trade for both his guys. Or I can just go straight for him and see what his reaction is. If he uses 7/4 to kill the Wild Pyromancer, that's... well, it's not awesome by any stretch of the imagination, but it's okay. I just can't see how I'm going to win this without a little bit of help. No, that 3/2 is just immensely annoying, and it's actually annoying me the more I see it, because I made just such a horrible play earlier on. Just missing these little... well, I mean, that wasn't a little thing, but it was because I was so fixated on trying to make the right play, which I actually didn't anyway, that I just forgot about attacking.
I wonder.
And one thing, just plan your turn out, then execute it. And admittedly, you know, I know that Ribbo absolutely hates people who slow play, but it's better than making a mistake. You know, it's better than making a mistake that costs you the game. At this point, I'm just miles behind a pally who's reinforcing like mad. I'm not too sure there's much I can do here.
To war.
Well, let's reinforce the theme of this video and kill the 1-1. I guess I don't really have an option. Might as well just make this Earth Element. And he's going to trade it for his Assassin and 7 damage off the Light's Justice, I suppose. And then he's going to Defender into the 3-2 and leave it Kodo versus 3-4. Not too bad for me, I suppose, if we're going to go that way. So this is actually a situation where I can still come out on top, for sure. Just really depends what that card in his hand is that's taking him so long to play. Like, dude, you have 1 card in hand and 10 mana. There is a taunt in play that you have to attack. There are no real decisions to be made here. Shall we? Yeah, that is the correct attack onto the Earth Element. He must have something here if he's going to do that. Okay.
Reporting for duty.
See what I get. It's pretty good. Might have a way back in. Oh yeah, I don't have a way back in because I punted again. Remember what I said about how this probably would have been better if I'd have just continued at 7-2. Coming back to it was just not a good idea for me at all. This has not gone well at all. Again, would I probably still have lost? Probably. But I really didn't do myself any favours whatsoever in this game, and I know I'm better than that. But it's just taking... You can sometimes just take things for granted. Like the most obvious thing that I'd be taking advantage of there, or taking for granted, would be that it's turn 10, how can I possibly be overloaded? Well, I played an Earth Elemental last turn. Check the bottom right hand of the screen, and I think that is literally it. I just simply, I'm not checking, I'm not taking the time necessary, I'm not looking at all the things I should do, and, you know, it has cost me this game. There is absolutely no doubt about it. This is a game that I could very easily have won, gone to 8-2, or 8-1 and 150,000 to 1, or however many it was. And, you know, just really been feeling okay. But as you can see, my play in this video, some of it has been bad, some of it has actually been pretty good. You know, I'm going to pat myself on the back when I've played well. But on this occasion, you know, I have absolutely no excuses for what happened. I just simply played terribly in this video, at least at the end of it. And unfortunately, it has cost me. So I'm afraid that that's where it's going to end, and it's going to end at 7-3. So pretty disappointed in myself for the way I finished that off, because, you know, there was some pretty unique things about this run, and there were also... you know, I also played decently in some parts of it, and to just, you know, walk away at 7-2 feeling good and come back and make 2 enormous mistakes like that in the first game back. Yep, one thing I could say to myself is that means don't play immediately after you've had a day at work, or don't play immediately after, you know, don't play immediately after getting up or something like that. But, you know, there's still no excuse for making plays like that. But that's going to be it for this time. Ooh, Golden Druid of the Claw, not too bad. But that's going to be it for this time, guys. Thanks very much for watching. This is Boomer for Caraval Gaming, and I will see you next time.